I recently met with a business owner who is working 13 to 15 hours a day. Isn't that crazy? Now I know there are other business owners watching this, listening to this, who also work 10 plus, 12 plus, 15 hours plus per day. If you're in that situation, the question I want to ask you is why? Why are you working so many hours? For this business owner, it's because his team wasn't very well trained. So he was constantly having to help them answer questions, intervene, work alongside of them. Training was one of the biggest problems. But what's the problem in your situation? Why are you working that many hours? In the 10-step turnaround program, we actually start by asking the question, why? Not just why are you working so many hours? Not just why isn't your team well trained, but why are you in the business in the first place? What are you trying to get out of these 10, 12, 15-hour days? What is the end goal? Many business owners don't know the end goal. They haven't determined their own why for being in business. Besides just, they've got a lot of customers to serve, they've got bills to pay, they've got a family to feed, so every day they show up, work until late night hours. That's why step 1 of the 10-step turnaround is so important. It's called determine your why. And we start out by taking just a really 10,000 foot view of your business and your life, and we ask, where are you going? Why are you doing all of this? What is the end goal? And by starting with the end in mind, we could simplify things. And we could say, are the things you're doing during that 15-hour day actually contributing to that end goal or not? If not, let's stop doing those things. I'm going to ask you today a lot of questions to determine whether or not you might need to go through step 1 of our program. Question number 1. What is more important, your business or your life? Does your life exist to support your business, or does your business exist to support your life? Obviously, your business should exist to support your life, but it may not feel that way sometimes. You may feel that you are showing up to work, working 10 plus hours a day in order to support your business, that the purpose of your life is to support your business. Well, let's reverse that. The purpose of your business is to support your life. So my next question is going to be about your life. Do you have a blueprint? Do you have a plan for the ideal life that you want to live? That would include a bucket list of places you want to visit. That would include charities or other causes you want to support. That would include experiences you want to have, accomplishments you want to have during your life. Do you have those things written down? Do you have a plan? This is a life that would be awesome. This is a life I want to live, and I have it all written down. I have it all planned out. I have it all scheduled. In the 10-step turnaround program, we actually encourage business owners. We go through a methodical plan to develop a bucket list, and then we hold them accountable to that bucket list. When we meet with our business owner clients quarterly, we ask them, hey, did you do anything over the last 3 months on your bucket list? And if they say no, we encourage them to get some of those things scheduled. That's challenging for everyone, especially business owners, to schedule some fun time on their calendar, to schedule some away time on their calendar. If you don't have a plan for your ideal life, including when certain things are going to happen in your life, those things are never going to happen. So that's very important. Get a plan for an ideal life. The next thing I'm going to ask you is, do you have a plan for your business, for an ideal business that would support an ideal life? What kind of business do you want to have? Not what kind of business do you have right now, but what kind of business do you want to have? Think in dream world for a second. How many hours a week would you work? I know people working less than 10 hours a week, making more than $500,000 a year. That's what I'm talking about by ideal. How many hours a week would you work? How much money would you make? How many team members would you have? What products and services would you offer? And what kind of culture would you have? When you showed up to work, when you showed up to the office, what would it feel like? We got 2 ping pong tables here at my business, and every lunch there's multiple people out there playing doubles ping pong. That is part of what I see an ideal business is you have a team that you actually like working with, that you actually hang out with outside of work hours. That's part of an ideal business definition in my mind. What is your ideal business? Next question, where are you today? How much money are you making? Do you know how much money you've made in the last 12 months? Do you know how much money you made last month or last week? Many business owners don't even know how much money they're making until they meet with their CPA to file their tax return. That's crazy. That's getting that information 1 year late. How much money you're making, you need to know that now. Also, your personal net worth, adding up everything you own, subtracting everything you owe, that's your net worth. If that number's $1 million, you're a millionaire, even though it may not feel like it. What's your net worth today? Is it $100,000, $200,000, $500,000? And finally, how much is your business worth? That's a key component of your net worth. Have you done a business valuation? We do a business valuation for every person in the 10-Step Turnaround Program. We let them know how much their business is worth, how much they could sell it if they wanted to sell. So after you know where you are today, how much money you're making, what your personal net worth is, what your business is worth, then we set some long-term goals in step 1 of the 10-Step Turnaround. Let me ask you if you've thought through some of these goals. For example, do you have a profit goal? Do you have a profit goal for this year? This is how much money I want to make this year. You probably do. A lot of business owners do. What about 5 years from now? How much money do you want to make 5 years from now? Here's an example of a profit goal. 5 years from now, I want to make more than $1 million per year while working less than 40 hours a week. That'd be a pretty awesome goal. And that is attainable with coaching, with the proper plan. Another goal you should set is a wealth goal. For example, 10 years from now, I want to have a net worth of $5 million or more. That would be a great wealth goal. Next goal, exit goal. How are you getting out of your business? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to reduce your work hours so you can hold your business as an investment? What's your plan for exit? And finally, what is your plan for impact? Impact has nothing to do with financials. It has to do with the impact you want to have in your city, in your community, on the people there. I heard an orthodontist say that he wanted to help 1,000 people have smiles that they were proud of. That's a great goal. That's impact. That's more than just dollars in his pocket. That's impact to the community. Final question I want to ask you. Do you have time blocked off on your calendar to accomplish these long-term goals? So many business owners show up to work and they're just firefighting. They're just putting out fires. They're helping one employee or one angry customer or one product that's not being done correctly. They're stepping in and trying to fix it. That's all they're doing. They don't have time blocked off on their calendar to work on their business rather than working in their business, to improve their business rather than just doing the work of a technician within their business. If you don't have time blocked off on your calendar to do that, you're not going to do it. Listen, you can go through these steps on your own. You can create an ideal life. You can create a plan for an ideal business. You can create a long-term profit goal, wealth goal, exit goal, and impact goal. You could do these things on your own if you'd like, but you'll probably get through it a lot faster, a lot more efficiently, and with some accountability if you hire a coach. And that's what we're here for at the 10-Step Turnaround Program. We're here to hold you accountable, to guide you through step 1, to make sure you've determined your why, so you can create an ideal business that will support your ideal life.